I'm on a journey to see the world's most photographable places, to bring viewers along with me on a virtual photo walk, and to show them how, where, and when to get great photos like these. I'm Jefferson Graham, I'm in Barcelona, and this is PhotowalksTV. Well, yeah, you no doubt heard that Barcelona has become overrun by tourists, and it's one of the poster children for overtourism, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't visit. Barcelona got this way because it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's a must for any bucket list. Now, you can still have a great time and get amazing photos just by following a few simple rules. Go out early and late and spend time on the side streets. Beyond the top spots, which we will cover in this episode, you're going to need to wander. And frankly, that's really the best part of the visit, the hidden gems that you find off the beaten paths. Around 15 million tourists visit Barcelona annually, which is roughly 10 times its present population of 1.5 million, making it one of the most crowded tourist cities in the world. Barcelona tends to be number 5 on that list of the most visited cities in Europe, trailing Paris, Madrid, Amsterdam, and Rome. People cram themselves into the busy streets of Barcelona's most heavily tourist areas because there's nothing like it in the world. You've got the Gaudi architecture, the food, the beach, flamenco shows, all those murals. Barcelona's overvisited because it lives up to the hype. Logistics: Barcelona, so you know, is located at the top of the country near the French border and 380 miles north from the capital city of Madrid.
Now, tips you need to know. Before you want to start photographing the inside of some of these Gaudi masterpieces, you need to buy your tickets before you get here because odds are they will be sold out.
People come to Barcelona to see Gaudi. The architect who died in 1926 was not born in Barcelona, but he made it his canvas. Every curve, tile, and spire he designed helped turn the city into a living work of art. If you've seen photos of Barcelona, you've seen Gaudi. Anton Gaudi was the dreamer who turned buildings into art. His designs weren't just creative, they were radical. Curving rooftops, colorful mosaics, and spires that reached towards the sky. From La Sagrada Familia to Park Güell, Gaudi's work isn't just in Barcelona, it is Barcelona. He brought nature, faith, and imagination together to create some of the most visually stunning spaces on this planet. We stayed in the Rambla district, a way quieter part of town than the area most people stay in, La Rambla. Fun fact, when we checked into our hotel at La Rambla on an earlier visit, they had to hand us earplugs when we checked in because it was that loud outside. We're starting our Barcelona photo walk at Casa Batllo, another Gaudi masterpiece that happens to be just down the street from a wonderful hotel that we stayed in, the Hotel One Shot. Now, this isn't just a building, it's way more than that. The exterior looks like it was pulled from a dream. Swirling lines, colorful mosaics, and balconies that resemble skulls. It's one of the best places to appreciate Gaudi's playful, organic style, and even if you don't go inside, the facade alone is worth the stop. From there, we head down to La Rambla. That is Barcelona's most famous walking and shopping street. It's bustling, it's chaotic, and yes, it's touristy, but it's also one of the best places to capture the pulse of the city. You will see flower stands, street performers, locals weaving through the crowd, and lots of opportunities for classic street photography. That's the good news. The bad news? Please be aware of pickpockets, because this is where pros look for their prey. My best tip is to come early before the crowds. Also know that locals wouldn't be caught dead here, just like New Yorkers steer clear of Times Square. It's tourist central, but the side streets are great. Now, good news, beyond La Rambla, beyond La Sagrada, beyond Park Güell and the other Gaudi masterpieces, Barcelona really isn't anywhere as crowded as some say. Take a look with me and you'll see. Food time! You probably already know that Spain takes food very seriously, and there's no better place to experience it, at least on your first day, than at the Mercat de la Boqueria, the legendary central market just off La Rambla. The place is a sensory explosion with bright fruit stands, rows of glistening seafood, and enough jamon hanging from the ceiling to feed an army. Whether you're here to take photos or grab a snack, it is considered an essential Barcelona experience. Many people will tell you that's the first thing you have to do is to go see one of the great markets of Europe, which it may be, but it's also indoor and more packed than any other market I've ever been to, even early in the day. If you come for great eats and your traditional shot of the hang-in ham, well, find one of the smaller, less crowded markets. You're going to enjoy it a lot more. Next, we're headed off to the Barcelona Cathedral, the stunning Gothic landmark in the heart of the old city. We'll be back again on Sunday for the music festival, but today's visit lets us take in the soaring spires, gargoyles, and peaceful cloisters. This is a calm retreat from the buzz of La Rambla, and it's an ideal place to photograph shadow and light. We end our official route at La Sagrada Familia, the #1 attraction in Barcelona, and for good reason. This is Gaudi's unfinished masterpiece, a church that's been under construction since the 1800s and is still growing today. The detail is staggering, the scale overwhelming, and once you step inside and see how the stained glass lights the stone, you'll understand why it's unlike any other church in the world. Now, if you've still got energy, you can continue your journey to another Gaudi highlight, Park Guell. It's about 2 miles away, mostly uphill, so you'll want to hop on public transportation or grab a taxi. Once you arrive, you are rewarded with sweeping views of the city, candy-colored mosaic benches, and Gaudi's whimsical vision of a public park. Just keep in mind, it's technically a park, but you'll need a time ticket to get in, you'll need to make reservations ahead of time, and yes, it's totally worth it. Let me give you a little more detail about visiting La Sagrada. The ticket for admission only gets you inside. There's an upcharge to take a tour to the top, self-guided, which I highly recommend because from up there, you're going to get a great view of the city. Have fun taking your time and looking around because you don't see views like this every day. Remember to stay tuned for our photo tips segment where I've got 3 great ones for photographing inside the Sagrada, but I'll give you this one right now. From the outside, it's hard to get a great shot of the Sagrada right in front because you're just too close. Try stepping back to the park just across the street to get the entire place in your shot. I've got more on the cathedral too. Make sure that you're in town on a Sunday because this has been where local Catalonians gather in the square around noon and engage in traditional folk dancing with a live Catalonian orchestra. You like street photos? This is the place for it. The event is free, and even though it attracts a big crowd, the space is so giant you're not gonna feel cramped. Finally, the tapas of Barcelona. Spain is a food culture, and they have different ways to eating. Like, did you know that dinner usually starts around 9 or 10 p.m.? But if you get hungrier earlier, you can always pick up some tapas, which is a small Spanish dish meant for sharing, usually with a drink. Some of our favorite tapas include the bravas potatoes, the omelets, and the padron peppers.
So that's Barcelona. Remember, get your tickets before you get here and arrive everywhere really early, because when you're early, there's not as many people, the lines are not as long, and as every hour of the day goes on, they get longer and more intense.